I haven't been following the news lately in the sports world. Club Shay Shay, Uncle Shay Shay, Shannon Sharp, what y'all call it, is in the news for some allegations hit, and it's not looking good for him currently. We still got to hear both sides of the story. We kind of been hearing a little bit of what's going on with him and what the accuser is saying. Just to go back, I want to say it said 2 years ago when she was about 20 years old, this young lady had an OnlyFans. Shannon Sharp was reaching out to her and was saying something like, if you win this weight loss competition, I'll buy you some new titties or something like that. So that's how it started out. They end up having an on and off relationship for a couple of years now, and finally she got to that point where she was like, all right, this is my time to say that it wasn't consensual, that he took advantage of some situations or whatever like that. He started being manipulative and stuff like that. So with that being said, the first thing that said what happened was Shannon Sharp said, well, when this news came out, he pretty much said that, hey, I ain't got nothing to do with the situation. That's not what happened. We was actually in a little relationship, whatever, blah, blah, blah. But he offered to pay 10 million. So right off top, if you're offering to pay that much money off top, is something that you feel like you have done wrong, because when they released some of the emails or the text messages between the two, one of them was saying how she said to use a condom or whatever, and he didn't use a condom, and she was saying like no means no, and then he was like, hey, you need to are you around to call me? So it just sounded suspect. But then Shannon Sharp releases his text messages from her stating like, she talking about, hey, I want you to tie me up, I want you to choke me out, stuff like that. And then it's a couple of red flags I want to get into mainly, but anyways, Shannon said, "Hey, I paid $10 million and pretty much to settle out." And she came back. Her and her lawyer, what is it, Bugsby or something like that. He's well known in the lawyers and communities when it comes to these allegations and stuff. He recently just had one with Jay-Z, involved with Jay-Z and Diddy and all of them. But they said, "No, we want 50 million. We don't want the 10 million. We want 50 million." And the reason why I believe they said that was because Shannon Sharp was currently in talks with getting $100 million deal from ESPN to continue to be on First Take or whatever, and 50 million is half of that. So it's like, ain't that a bitch? You up here trying to mess with a 20-year-old girl. Now she didn't pretty much try to blackmail you and said, look, I'm about to hold you. I want half of what you about to get. And it's fucked up because honestly, he put himself in a situation. I know you've seen the recent videos of how Monique was saying, look, you don't need to be messing with no younger women. You need somebody about 40 or 50 that'll cook some hog mugs and all that type of shit for you. And Shannon Sharp was just saying, like, I'm not looking for that. I had my time. I've been married before. I'm 55 years old now, and I'm not looking to mess with nobody my age. And to me, what I see is that Shannon Sharp is an athlete. He's still in hell of shape. He's in shape more than anybody younger than him right now. He's in hell of shape. And when you're lifting weights like that, you're in great shape at that age. You probably still feel young. If you looking young, you feel like you looking young. You feeling young. You getting that attention from them younger women up in the gym. So he's like, look, I'm not about to deal with nobody my age, because most of them, like, they still eating bad. They not working out. They not taking care of their body. So I'm gonna get one of these young ones. And like I said, I'm not married to nobody. I'm single. I can pretty do what I want to do or whatever. But it was a couple of things that stood out to me. I just want to say a couple of red flags where he should have ran from the situation. And the first one was, she said 25K for each cheat, meaning I will pay you. You got to pay me 25K for each ass cheat. Like, what type of ass you trying to get, Shannon Sharp? Like I said, it's what you making all these millions. You shouldn't even have to pay for no money. You should be able to get a woman off your name alone. I would think, even at that age. Like I said, they see you in good shape. You dressing good. You got all the good, nice clothes and stuff. You got a luxury house and stuff. You can't get them off that. You up here on OnlyFans, and you done ran into a little 20 year old. Well, now she's 22. That's trying to get half of your money that you just worked so hard for after leaving a situation with Skip Bayless, getting over here on ESPN with First Take and shooting their ratings up and stuff like that. And now you're in a situation like this. Another thing he was speaking on was how they said, I think that's what got him was they said it's a 30-second clip out, and like I said, it seemed like they like to do role playing and stuff like that. So I think with these 30 seconds is him choking her out during sex. But this is what she asked for according to the text message. She wanted to be choked out and stuff like that. But another red flag I ran into was when like Shannon Sharp is a black man, this lady is a young white lady. She said, I want you to put a big black baby in me. That's a red flag to me. For her to even be talking like that, that sound like some shit that they were saying in the slavery days when slaves was running off with these younger white women that what probably wasn't racist. They just wanted to get smashed on because they got tired of seeing their family members or whatever the slave masters beat on them and stuff. And I'm not trying to be funny. I'm being dead ass serious. But uh, put a big black baby in me. Like, what type of shit is that? And you 22? Like, come on, Shannon. You don't need that. Imagine having a baby with a 20-year-old woman at the age you is right now. So that means when if you're 55, most likely be 56 next year. 76 years old, you have a 20-year-old, and she'll still be like 40 and stuff. They're gonna be looking at you like you're a great grandpa or some shit. So they're not like you wouldn't be able to be taken serious having a baby with a 20-year-old. So that was another issue that I seen with him. And what else was it? Oh, where he really went wrong was the whole recording calls and stuff. On one of the calls, he was talking about how if you keep pissing me off, I'm gonna choke the shit out you next time I see you. So he sounded very aggressive. This is not the Shannon Sharp that we see on TV, on his TV show and stuff. Happy go lucky guy. This is another side of him we never seen. But I think that with him, the big age gap like that, she was starting to irritate him a little bit because maybe he started feeling like she's trying to get me for some of my money, and now you threaten her on the phone, not thinking that she's not going to record. Like, you should obviously know that if you threaten a woman on the phone, she's going to start recording, especially when you being in the media like that. She's going to try to get some money up out of you. So I'm with Dr. Umar, man. I'm standing with Shannon. I'm hoping that these allegations are not true. Like I said, the proof is there. He sounded very aggressive with the things that he was saying, but if you're going off the text messages and stuff like that, the woman seemed like this is the type of stuff that she's into. And it shouldn't have been leaked. It should have not been leaked to the public. But when you making millions like that, you should know that something like that's gonna happen. A question I wanted to ask y'all before I got off this topic was what is your age gap? If let's say that you're a millionaire, let's say you making $5-10 million a year. If you're a single person, as a woman or a man, what would be your age gap? Are you willing to? And you're in your 50s. Let's put yourself in a situation. If you're in your 50s, would you? What would be your age gap to deal with a woman younger than you? Me personally, like if like I said hypothetically, if I was single and I was a 50-year-old single man making millions of dollars, I would try to stay around 35 plus because I just feel like younger women, like this day and age, a lot of, and this is nothing against younger women that may be viewing this, but a lot of younger women that I see online now currently have OnlyFans. That's their go-to. Most of these women are not even working. They're not doing a 9 to 5 no more. They're on OnlyFans and they probably posting a couple of pictures a week and having dudes pay 5, 10, $30, a couple of hundred to meet up with them and stuff like that. And I just feel like if you got, it's so many women in this world, so many men in this world, nobody should have to be paying for sex. That's just me personally. Nothing against strippers and stuff, like strip clubs are really not my scene like that. But I don't feel like you should be having to pay for sex when you're making millions of dollars. Maybe you're not confident in yourself. Just because you got the money don't make you confident. But I would think that you would be able to use some sense. You would be able to run into somebody, a nice looking lady that you can get involved with without paying millions of dollars at 25K for each ass cheek. Like, that's just crazy to me. So that's all I want to say on that. Um, the update I did just get when I was just reading on Instagram about it on Shannon Sharp page and stuff was that he did step down from ESPN temporarily. He has not been fired from ESPN, so we won't be seeing Shannon Sharp on First Take for quite some time. Once all this blows over, hopefully he can get his job back or he step back in and whatever he got to make a public apology again, then that's what it is. But you got to be more careful, man. All y'all millionaires out there if y'all making all this money, man, find something that don't sound like it's a shakedown, because that's all it come down to. It feel like it's a shakedown. She could have got 10 million. She said, "Fuck that! I want 50 million. I want half of what you got right now, what you're about to get." So that's just somebody that was just in business for herself. Shannon just got caught in the moment, thinking that he could get away with this situation. But like I said, it sucks that he got be in this situation. Just seeing what he just came from dealing with Skip Bayless and having everybody on his side rooting for him, and now you get put in a situation where your business is back online. And then just a couple of months ago, he had this little quickie online with some lady that he said ended up pressing record on him. So it's just starting to seem like you getting a little too sloppy out there, Uncle Shay. So um, hopefully this shit they resolve this, and it's not no like rape allegation or anything like that, but they're able to resolve this. If she get paid, she get paid. But hopefully takes it as a lesson learned and say, hey, let me cut off anything in their 20s, hell, anything in their 30s. Let me work with 40 plus, man. So that's all I got for Shannon Sharp. I just wanted to get here and give my opinion on the situation and what should be done. Again, if you were in your 50s making millions of dollars, what would be your age gap? Would you